This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/AwesomeCast. Time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Sorgatron home in Beechview, neighborhood of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're a little snowed in. Actually, we did venture out and decided that was all a mistake. And we weren't going to have guests come in. We weren't going to stick around because, like, literally the ways that we left the house were almost impassable when we got back. So you get to see my wonderful well-lit nest here. This is my den of where I keep legacy media. You see some Xbox 360 games behind me. You see some VHS and DVDs over on this side. And I've been wanting to make things this presentable for a while, to do some Twitch streaming and stuff. And this gave me a reason to. So that's what I ended up doing after we dug ourselves out, went to Eden Park because we just needed a break, tried to dig the studio out, got stuck, blocked the T line for a little bit because we got stuck in a really terrible way. So I will have to do a behind the scenes on how all this looks and how I can tell you I'm running on one of our smaller live tracks, Zoom's live tracks. We have the original A10 Mini Pro that it was in the studio for the longest time until we updated to our latest one. This microphone's been sitting here for a while from like when I first tried to do Twitch streaming. So now that this is all set up, maybe I'll do some stuff from home more often. Who knows? Maybe I'll log in on a Saturday night when I have that. Yeah, like it is a Saturday night. I don't have any. Sunday night, more likely. And we're going to see how this goes. It's going to be like, hopefully it sounds better. Hopefully it looks a little bit better. The video stream, we're on all Wi-Fi on Eros across the house because, just impossible to run stuff here. And we're going to see how that goes. So if you're in the chat room joining us live, we only have so much bandwidth here as far as screens in front of me because this isn't tuned to this situation. But I do have helping me this evening is one Dave Podnar of the iPhoneography podcast, sir. And hopefully I'm doing this right because I actually have no multi-up display. I'm hoping I remembered that I'm one and you're two, and we go from there. So I have no display except for the delay on YouTube right now.
Same here.
Yes, it's tremendous. The delay on
Facebook, and it looks like it is working. That's the important thing.
There you go. Let me give you a little more gain there. Let me give you a little more to that. Let's get into it. I don't have my sounders or anything this week. We're lucky we got this far, and I'm really happy with how this looks actually on YouTube. Does this look pretty good on your side? Oh, it looks terrible on your side because you're on.
Oh, no. Yeah, my side looks bad. I was going to say my side looks horrible, but that's not the important thing because we're the only ones who can see this.
Exactly.
YouTube and Facebook look incredibly
wonderful.
For you.
So we know we can do this in this household. So, anyways, so let's get into our awesome thing of the week. I'm gonna let you go first. I have a few things in there, and we'll just get into it. Maybe my awesome thing will be the fact that I pulled this off, or we can play a game of what insane old tech I can pull out of arm's length because this is where it all goes. When it leaves the studio, this is where it goes, is this room. And it's kind of like the room that time forgot. There's a big CRT monitor over here for my old games and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff stacked behind. There's two Nintendos sitting right here, actually. Here, just for a case in point. There you go. There's an NES right there in arm's length. So... again, this is where it goes. I got some wild stuff back here that I forgot about. So this has been a lot of fun today. Stressful though, after shoveling snow. Dave, let me get back to it. What is your awesome thing of the week?
Sure. My thing is actually a new iPhone camera app. It was introduced to me from shocking, huh?
That's funny. I used one to make this work tonight.
There we go. It was actually introduced to me by one of my co-hosts on the iPhoneography podcast, Dwight. And these we're trying to find, I'll give a little background. A lot of people do not like the over sharpening that the built-in iPhone camera can do. It is amazing what it can do. For most people, it does a great job. But if you're trying to make a more artistic photo or a photo that looks more like a real photo, it can over sharpen an image and make it the term a lot of people use are crunchy.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of different apps they're coming out saying, oh, we don't use Apple's pipeline, or we reduce it so you don't get the crunchy, or you don't have things that are flattened out just to make it look a certain way. One that was I was introduced to that I really like is PhotonCam. So you have a couple different options on this one. One thing I do like is you get almost all the features with what they call the trial version, which is no cost. The one negative is you do get a watermark in the image itself, and you can see on the images here the watermark's not horrible. And as long as you remember the watermarks there when you're framing the picture, it doesn't really take away, in my mind, too much for the image. So it allows you, you can take a photo. Again, it doesn't over sharpen it. It tries to keep it as close as possible. There's tons of filters built in that come standard. So you don't have like, oh, we're going to give you 2 filters and you need to go pro to see the rest. You get full access, full resolution. A lot of them are built like on Fuji cameras, Kodak film. So you can say, okay, I want it to look like this. Or even if you don't know, like I don't know the 5 different Kodak or the 5 different Fuji films that they emulate. I know what I like when I put the filter on, and you can do the filter either before or after the fact. You can also keep it as a live photo, or you can do it as a raw that then gets processed. So you lose a lot of the again the over sharpening and still make it a HEIF or a JPEG to make it a smaller size. You can tell the setup is relatively simple when you're just taking a photo. But not only do you have the filters, there's tons of editing built in terms of just your normal, highlights, dark, blacks, everything else. It also has frames available, because I know frames got a bad name back in the old Instagram days. Kiddies, ask your older cousins or your parents how in the early days of Instagram, everyone put a frame around it because the cameras were generally crappy. And so people stopped putting frames on because it was thinking about the old days of Instagram. I kind of like the way a frame adds to a photo sometimes. And so they do have built in frames here. And you can add, and you can see on the outside, tons of information on the frame itself. So it isn't just a simple border. You can put in your shot information, the filter you used, a bunch of information, and it isn't just a simple frame, because a lot of times you have that shadow box effect on some of these frames. So it makes it look, in my mind, makes it look pretty nice. Also, if you're taking a shot that's a little bit wide or a little bit tall, putting a frame on it can make it fit into Instagram or a more standard look to it, so it doesn't just stretch it out on the screen. Mm-hmm. Again, it's free if you want to pay the money. It's actually really affordable in my mind to get rid of the watermark, and that allows you to do more raw processing. So you can save it as a raw file, both using Apple's Pro Raw and Bare Raw, which is even less processing. So if you're going to shoot it in Bare Raw, it's like, what's that? I don't understand. Well, you're probably not the audience for it. But if you're like, oh, I love to take raw photos from my DSLR and throw it into Lightroom and make all kind of adjustments, and throw it into Photoshop, that's Bare Raw. So you can get that from the camera, have a lot more movement with, a lot more you can do with it. But a lot of times with the filter and the adjustments you can do, it comes out and you really don't have to make a lot of edits to make it look like a good shot. Mm-hmm. The one I showed there, I actually posted a few photos over the last week or so. The one I did, and I put in a link in the show notes, was actually taken at the Waterworks Mall parking lot. And Ruth pointed it out how, oh, those trees look kind of neat how they're there. So I actually did a couple different edits on it.
Mm-hmm.
Same shot, just said, okay, one I want to have more like a brown tone, there one I wanted black and white to give it a different feel.
I do
But
love that this gives like all the stats, like which filter you
yeah,
used, what phone, all of your f stops and everything is the ISOs are all included in this about how you accomplished it.
yeah, and honestly, I think that's some people may not want that. I mean, that's all. And the thing is, that's all customizable. So
Mm-hmm.
you can have nothing there. You can make adjustments and put whatever you want down there. So highly customizable what you can do there. But I don't think it overwhelms you, where a lot of camera apps may overwhelm you on the option it gives you. This, I don't. It gives you enough options, but not so
Mm-hmm.
much you get paralyzed by, oh my, I have 60 filters. Which one should I use?
Right,
Type
right.
issue.
So and also I'm loving like the online. I'm looking at there's a manual as well that you can go to that goes over all that kind of stuff. Like it's pretty comprehensive here. So this is at photon.com, PHOTON. I think that's really really cool. And how much is it for the how much?
I'm bringing that up now.
Yeah, because it says in-app purchases,
Right,
free download.
right.
You're in a
So,
trial mode, obviously.
Right. Monthly is $1.99.
Mm-hmm.
Yearly
$1.99.
$1.99. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yearly is $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, lifetime is $20,
Mm-hmm.
but they're offering a discount, 35% off. So lifetime is basically $13 US.
Okay. That's awesome.
Which, yeah, and there is a free trial for 7 days if you sign up for the monthly. So if you want to try out the pro features, see if it's worth it, sign up for the $1.99, see if it's worth it. And then if you're like, oh, this is really worth it, but I don't want to pay $2 a month. I'd rather just pay 13 at once. Do that and you're good to go.
Sounds good. My thing, my awesome thing tonight is again another camera app. That's while we're doing it. It's actually what's making this happen right now. So I'm broadcasting, and this is why I think everything looks amazing. I was going to bring I have some Canon Vixias G20s that are like 10 plus years old, and that's what I was going to use, but I didn't bring the power supplies because I was just grabbing some stuff real quick in between us shoveling out at the studio. So I needed something. I remember Filmic Pro was something we used to use that had a clean HDMI out. It became like a subscription thing. So I just they didn't update the version I bought and everything like that. So we moved on. This is a free app reminder. And this is what I love is it also, has the same interfaces and control over your camera, kind of like what you're talking about with Photon a little bit, right? And this is a little more if you need to know what you're doing. It's not like super user friendly other than if you know the Blackmagic interface. So this is the same interface if you did buy a Blackmagic prosumer camera or something like that. Or actually I do have a video assist that I use actually in studio every week that has a lot of the same interface. And again, you can adjust all that white balance, ISO, it's on auto right now, I think, for what I'm doing here. And the beautiful thing is also you can go in and you can get a straight HDMI clean feed. And I was like, oh no, do I have an adapter? And then turns out, great thing about new iPhones, they're all USB-C. I just bought a new HDMI / USB adapter. Completely works, and I get to plug it in and charge my phone while we're doing this. Put the thing on airplane mode. We're good to go. Here we are. And like I said, I'm pretty impressed with the quality of it so far. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, it's in I believe there's an Android version now as well, and it's going to be only as good as your camera. If you're a lower end iPhone, lower end Android or something like that, but you will get the most out of it, I feel, from the looks of things. So go by that, and then and I think you're in a pretty good point in most cases for that. So again, this is kind of a awesome thing, if you will. But I think it's worthwhile to kind of bring that up again, since I'm literally using it right now with this. Also, thank you, Past Me, for buying a ring light that I never got around to use, because that's what's holding the camera. Because I'm like, oh, I need an adapter. It's built into the ring light. Grabbed it for up here. Again, stuffed it that never really kind of panned out. I the life of an ADHD creator, you have a hundred half finished projects, and most of them are piled behind me. So from games to everything. So there's that. So that's it. The Blackmagic camera. Look for the one for the iPhone, for the Android in your Play stores, because if you just put a Blackmagic camera, they sell cameras. Just don't, it can get confusing if you do that. Because actually, that happened to me. I was actually looking for something to hook it up, and it gave me like, oh no, this is how you hook an HDMI up to like the camera. I'm like, no, I need the HDMI feed out of the Blackmagic camera app, kind of situation. So, either way. So I thought that was really cool. I love that we both like kind of landed on this kind of spot here, and just real functional. I mean, again, this is the kind of thing where, oh, I don't have a camera. Yes, you do. You have one in your pocket. And I think that's maybe more so my awesome thing. Hey, oh man, I'm missing one piece of this puzzle to make the show go okay. And that was having the camera that is in my pocket that, obviously we upsell ourselves to the bigger iPhone for a reason. They see you have the same one, the 16 Pro Max. And there you go. We can see how all that looks in the recording and everything later. Hopefully my recording's working okay. I don't know what that blinky light means right now, but we'll find out. So we'll check that out in between. So with that, Dave, have you, because I know we talked about it before, have you had a chance to play with that, that version of the camera?
Not with Blackmagic, no, just because I don't do a lot of video.
Yeah, it is more video. Yes, and you're doing photos.
Yeah,
so.
And it's like I said, the quality you're getting out. If you would, it definitely does not look like an iPhone photo.
I know, right?
An iPhone video. Yeah. It looks.
It's nice. It's nice. It's real nice. I'm really loving this. And the colors are popping behind me. I kind of dig it. You can probably see all the details, some stuff sitting behind me. I don't want you to see that I haven't like considered yet. So, but either way, so yeah.
And when I pulled up the website, there is so much more it can do.
Mm-hmm.
Like combining syncs, combining multi-camera shots.
Yep.
Putting thing in DaVinci Resolve where, oh yeah, you can just use your phone as a high-end camera.
That's the thing,
or like prosumer type camera.
I've actually not yet set up because the ATEM ISO Pro Extreme, whatever the monikers are on it that we have in the studio now. Allegedly, I plug a hard drive in it. It will take in every camera. I could bring it into DaVinci and resync, like recut the show. Oh man, I forgot to cut. I actually should do this because sometimes when I'm doing like an hour and a half thing where a lot of people talking, I get distracted and don't switch. And I was like, well, I should go back and fix that instead of pulling like the camera file off and doing this and resyncing everything and hoping it all works, just to get that one shot fixed. Now I could just like pull it up in DaVinci, fix it, output it, go back to editing and cleaning it up for the podcast because it's fixed and re-put in the can basically, right? So that's kind of the idea there. I love what like Blackmagic's like round tripping is pretty cool. If you live in DaVinci Resolve and use Blackmagic products, you're in fucking heaven right now. Okay.
So it looks like DaVinci
I forgot what
Resolve,
show I'm on.
Well, it also looks like DaVinci Resolve is free.
Yes. But
DaVinci Resolve Studio.
Yes.
Which looks like it adds more AI and different filters. That's $300 for, at least for me, in my mind, that's not a bad price.
I think I paid $2 or $4 for Final Cut Pro, and that was like 10 years ago. So again, I think you can get a lot done. I think a lot of people can like you get a download code, you get a download reminder to go get DaVinci Resolve. With like every product you purchased, no matter how cheap it is, including like one of these $300 mini pros. So like, and it's it's very Apple them, isn't it? But a lot of people can get a lot of this stuff done. And then, you start butting your head and doing professional work, drop your $300. Like it makes a lot of sense. So, a lot of people are saying, I know office hours, they're saying, don't learn Premiere Pro, learn DaVinci. A lot of people are going that way. And even like Final Cut for quick edits, like somebody uses it just the same way I do. It's like, oh, use this because it's the quickest. And it gets everything done and everything's on a timeline for me. So, that's kind of the idea. Well,
yeah. Let's say I just pulled. I was wondering where do they make their money from if they're giving away the. Then I pulled up the professional cameras.
yes, yeah, you see it there. Oh, and the ATEMs and there's so much studio equipment and recorders. Like Blackmagic gets a lot of components. When you see my racks, I know you were just at the live show for Wrestling Mayhem show a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You see that rack that I have back there? That has no less than 1, 2, 3, 3 Blackmagic devices are in that rack, and there actually is a fourth one that needs to go in there. So yeah, they're pretty significant. So
especially the one they show, the Blackmagic URSA Cine or
Ursa's, Ursa's, sir.
The immersive.
Yes, I hear about those a lot.
For 32,000. Yes.
Yep, we're talking big time at that point. So high. I want to. It's still not like. It's professional grade at that point. It's at least low professional grade, not prosumer.
No, that's the one where you're doing a job for someone and you write it down on the line. Saying,
that is like we're going to rent this.
I need this for this job.
Yeah, that's a you have the budget for that if you have that thing. You're doing a car commercial. You're doing something crazy, right? Like the most expensive camera with lenses I think I've worked with is $8,000. And that was that spiffy auto drive challenge we did last year with Swemba. And we talked about that here on the show, one of our hotel room ones. So anyways, hey, let's get to Chachi's his movie minute, video game minute. Although he did chime in, we had a clip up of Katie's niece Charlotte talking about Animal Crossing, and he decided that this may be the last one because he says he's going to cancel it just so we can get more content of the kid. So there's that too. So Chachi's just worked himself out of a job there. He's like, yeah, I'm out. I can't compete with the adorableness of this one. So I mean, I think he's still wonderfully huggable. So there's that. All right, if this all works, you're going to get a Chachi Says video game minute.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Chachi Says video game minute. Here's as much video game news I can cover in under a minute. Large changes are taking place at Ubisoft. It was announced in the last week that the company is undergoing a major reorg, an operational shift, and a portfolio reset, all at the same time. They have reorged into 5 creative houses, allowing each one to focus on distinct genres. Along with the reorg, they have announced the cancellation of 5 games, one of those being the long-awaited Prince of Persia game, and 4 unannounced titles, stating that they just not meeting the quality of standards that they're trying to put in place. It has also been announced that 7 games not mentioned by names have been delayed for the same reason, with one of them being heavily rumored to be the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. But again, that's not confirmed. This, along with the shifts in org last year, is just not a great look for Ubisoft in general, but we'll see if they bounce back. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Chachi, for that, chiming in for the video game minute and everything. Oh, hey, thanks. We got to give a shout out to our friends at patreon.com/awesomecast, making this work. Minutes decide, hey, we're going to figure out how to do this at home in the snow because we don't want to deal with that hill again. Geez, I don't even know if the podcasts tomorrow are happening at this point, the way things are going. So at least we got to start on it. But thank you to executive producer Brian Crawford, Coffee Club Level, Cynthia Klosky, John DeGore, and Dave Podnar himself. Hey, GCX. Oh, they didn't put this in here yet. Tell us that line, sir.
Sure. It's at gcxcracing.com/PA events. And you can use the code DAVE26 for a $5 discount on any of the races listed there. We do have a race coming up this Saturday morning up at North Park, the Groundhog 5K. From everything I've seen, no more snow. Or no more significant snow, I should say, maybe a dusting here and there. That'll happen. Can't guarantee the temperatures will be above 0 at race time, but you won't have to deal with the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other events, such as the Forever For You on Valentine's Day, which you can do as a relay. So you and a loved one running 4 miles combined, and other events that are coming up later on.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I've been loving your AI videos. I saw the groundhog one the other day. And I was like, oh, there it is. That's the one you were telling me about. So really appreciate that. You've been having a lot of fun with that. Today I made ones of myself and Skeletor shoveling snow. So if you want to check those, Sorgatron on Sora.com if you want to check that out. I see you put my favorite, what should have been my awesome thing of the week. And that is definitely the Masters of the Universe movie trailer.
Yes.
Were you a He-Man a kid growing up or teenager? Or, I know we're a little off in years here, but
oh yeah, I was a He-Man teenager.
It was probably the first big one for me.
Yeah.
Well,
also it was back when you had cartoons as a block.
Yeah, well,
so you had Transformers, He-Man.
Yeah.
Some of the lesser known ones, Silverhawks.
So I had literally 1 hour. I think maybe 2 channels were running things. So it was He-Man for a bit, and then ended up like Transformers and oh geez, what's the secondary one that was with that? But it was always 2, and then it became DuckTales and Rescue Rangers, right? But this was, and again, I went and saw the Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella. Tremendous Skeletor, by the way. And it had its ups and downs. It wasn't the amazing. Hey, we were introduced to Courtney Cox in that movie, right? This looks like it is on. It looks like they have just hit everything we want. I don't even hate the Earth component of this, because there's been so many versions of this movie that have just like, or of the series that have just gone other ways, including Earth as a part of it more, different origins, like the She-Ra stuff. The latest She-Ra stuff is that Netflix had. I think it's just coming off too, so I'm hoping that pops up somewhere else for people. The DreamWorks She-Ra was really, really well done, and really kind of changed kind of the, never alluded to a He-Man actually, did kind of allude to Eternia. So I'm sorry, I'm going deep in the weeds here. But anyways, the point is, it hits the rest of it pretty damn well. Jared Leto, Skeletor, and somebody's like, I gotta hear what he sounds like. I'm like, I don't care what he sounds like. He's gonna sound like Skeletor. Jared Leto can do creepy, and then they showed me Joker, and I'm like, yo, Joker didn't get a chance. I think Joker could have been great if we actually got a Batman movie with Jared Leto and Ben Affleck. Like, that's the movie that's the universe I wanted to live in, and didn't happen. But yeah, I'm here for all of this. I had people messaging me when I was sharing stuff that I've never seen a movie with, like from wrestling, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna go see that you're gonna go see that with me, right? I'm just like, well, actually I'm traveling that week, I'll probably watch it in Michigan, so when you come back you're gonna watch it with me again, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I got A-list on AMC, let's go. No, if this thing hits for me the first time, I'm watching it 3 times in a damn theater, dude.
Oh yeah,
like this is like Avengers,
and this is the type
level
of movie that would be better in a theater.
Oh my God! Look at it,
because it's going to be big and explosions,
and that's the problem. Opening night, I'm going to be less. I'm going to have to go to Livonia. They may have an IMAX, I think, but brother, I got to see that in Dolby. I'm coming in and see, like, that's still the best damn thing. And then I'm going to buy the DVD, Blu-ray. I'm going to watch it 4 times when it comes out. Like, that's like, sorry, my hope. I try not to get my hopes like crazy for these things, but I'm like, they can't mess this up, man. They really can't mess this up.
I mean, I hate to say it. Yeah, they can, but they
can.
I mean,
but also we're talking about, these are the people, not all the people, but like, it's Mattel. They did the Barbie movie, which I by no rights should have cared about.
No, and that was, well, the thing is, that was I watched a Barbie movie on when it was streaming, but it was a good written movie too.
Tremendous.
So that made a big difference. So yeah, no, I think there's hope for it. It seems like the toy movies have gotten a lot better.
Better than the Battleship days, right?
Yeah, or even, like I said, the original He-Man movie where, okay, it wasn't, I think what a lot of people got messed up on with the original one, it was like, okay, I remember the cartoon, I remember the lore, and there's nothing related here.
So, there's a whole backstory on that. Canon Films is actually really terrible. Canon Films was going to do a Spider-Man movie, by the way. Just go look up the history of Canon Films. And it's a story in itself. So that He-Man came out as good as it did in that era, actually is kind of astonishing, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, hey, real quick, just because I saw my boy Antoine in the chat room, I want to give a shout out. We're going to be at Sangawa Project next weekend. The first weekend was the 7th and 8th. We're going to be there. This is down at the Doubletree downtown Pittsburgh. Our friends Top Row Tabletop are going to have a panel talking about what they do. We're going to do Mayhem Show on Saturday or Sunday, and that's actually 1 p.m. I got to fix that time on there. 5 p.m. AwesomeCast is going to be happening on Saturday. So I believe we'll have some configuration of awesome casters there. So I know Dave, you're checking your schedule, so we'll wait to confirm that one and make sure you got a pass and everything for that. So like I say, we worked with Antoine on Steel City. Oh God, it's Slam Fest, I think we called it. He's going to tell me in the chat room on Facebook if I got that right. But and then we did some stuff with Techo, and so we're kind of, now that we kind of had an idea how that works with the wrestling side, we're bringing a lot of our properties to these geek fests that we have here in town. Sangawa Fest is an 18+ Japanese culture con, I guess. And then Techo is something else that we enjoyed, and we plan to hopefully go back if schedules work out for that at the David Lawrence Convention Center. So come down. They have a free arcade with a bunch of Japanese machines. They have console games, tabletop games, things like that, and a lot of cool stuff, a lot of other panels that are beyond me, honestly, in Japanese culture. So if you are a deep anime and Japanese nerd, this is the thing for you, most likely. So I recommend it for anybody who wants to check that out. So, and please, if you like it, share it around, tell people to come to it, and we really appreciate that. So, okay, back to the stories here. What else we got? Let's stay on movies. I did watch a Nintendo Direct, which felt weird, and it was basically the new trailer for the Mario Galaxy movie. I'm so glad. I'm really glad that I've played some of the more recent Mario games, because now I understand a little bit of where some of these are going. If you will. Okay. So I really do appreciate like some of the characters. Like I didn't understand them the first time I saw the first trailer, but now like I know what these little guys in the sombreros are and the upside down pyramid is and everything like that, because that's some stuff from Odyssey. Obviously there are some references to Mario Galaxy itself, not so much yet in the trailer represented. And by the way, the people that put the frame by frame of Mario reaching out to Yoshi and to Chris Pratt in Jurassic World reaching out to the Velociraptor, thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Birdo is in it from Super Mario 2, if that's something you're excited about. So go, that trailer, it's out there on the internet. Go check it out. That's another movie I'm excited for. I still put the first one on. Hell, I still put the original on with with what's his name, Hoskins from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit.
Yes, yes, the guy from Roger Rabbit. The guy from Bob Hoskins. Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have the internet. Maybe I can look it up.
The actual human for Roger Rabbit.
The human paired with a Roger Rabbit, not Roger. Although I hear that guy got the rights back to his book, so I don't know what that means. So who's going to get Roger Rabbit and bring it to screen the original way? So that's another interesting story. Thank you, Secret Galaxy, for those. Anyways, here's another one. This is a custom. This is not, I don't think they're selling this, but over on Beyond the Brick, there was a great 42-acre, according to Animal Crossing lore. So this is a 42-acre-ish. I think I went black. We'll see how that goes. Animal Crossing situation here. It's a giant Animal Crossing.
Yep. No, I see it. I see it.
Oh, good. Thank you. Sorry,
I see it on Facebook.
My feedback's not good here. But no, it's a giant Animal Crossing. It's a full island basically, and they said they based it on the real, like, kind of sizing of the mount of itself. This is also including there are several Animal Crossing sets, so it's bringing a lot of these together. I don't know if these kind of I don't think any of the sets are big enough to do an entire island like they did here. So and they were talking about like there's just one star piece that they kind of started with when they started making this thing. So it's custom, it's cool. I'm like, once again playing this over the last week. I'm very familiar with this. So if anybody has iron ignits, please come to my island and give me your spares, because I accidentally destroyed all the rocks on my island because I didn't know that was a thing, and I'm waiting for them to grow back, and I don't know if it's working, so I don't know what to do about that. Either way, that's me.
That is so. I'm kind of skipping through the video.
Yes,
that is so impressive.
It is impressive.
Oh my!
And it looks and feels relatively, waterfalls and everything. Gonna need that stick.
Wow.
You see, have you seen any Waymos around town yet? I have not been out and about enough to see any.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been in downtown. You know, the central part where there probably are to see it that much.
True.
So, and I don't think they're making it all the way out to like Penn Hills, Monroeville.
You know, it would be funny if they just can't cross a river. They just have like the old Yinzer rule. They're like, it's over a river. I can't take you there. I can take you to the strip from Steel Plaza, and that's about it.
Or they go, oh, you want to go up 28? No, we don't do that.
No, we don't. I want to go up Rialto. I don't think so. They're sledding down it right now. We can get to that in a moment. Katie has seen one, sent proof, but also Get Marty over at KDK posted a lot of proof of. Yeah, I know. A lot of proof of Waymos. There's no context with this though. Like I don't even know like what goes with it. But where did he find them? Anything like that? No information at all. So, but yeah. So there's that. That's all I got on that. It's just like, hey, the Waymos are definitely here. We have physical proof. That's a real journalist right there.
Well, honestly, this is the kind of situation that would be a great test. For those who don't know, Pittsburgh just got 10 plus inches.
Let them go. Let them loose on it. Try to call Waymo.
Well, no, here's the thing. Waymo, you figure where they're testing, in terms of where it's mostly southern and western areas that don't get a lot of snow.
Sure.
And the one thing you get when you get snow, like we're having now, not like an inch or two, but like we've had, is that the line markings are gone. The shoulders on the road are unpassable. You go to a parking lot and
I can't make it up. I can't make it up a hill that I made up like half an hour ago.
Yeah, or like the parking lot down here by the Verona Giant Eagle. There's 4-foot high snow piles.
Oh, it's crazy.
They had to make like walls out of so they could open up in the parking space.
Don't get me started on what it looks like in Beachview right now. Holy cow.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
But I mean, if you want to have an automated system, this is the type of not only test for it, but this is the weather you would want to have an automated system. Because you don't want humans driving, because humans are idiots when it comes to driving, especially in inclement weather. If you could have someone who needs to go to work, like a healthcare worker, and you don't have the option to work from home. Like I have a friend who works healthcare. They got into work at Saturday at I think 6 p.m. and they got off work Monday at 3 p.m.
Jeez.
So, and if you work healthcare, because I used to work mental health residential, we were told if it starts coming down bad and you don't think you can make it home, that means your replacement probably can't make it in. You're stuck there anyway.
You live here now.
So prepare. So, if you can make it where, hey, someone needs to go somewhere, but you don't want to try driving on your own, that is why, or you're in an area that, hopefully it would be smart enough to know, and this, again, a great test, hey, this road's not passable because of the situation. I'm now smart enough to know how to maybe get around or get to the safest as possible.
Yeah.
So I say, release the Waymos.
You know what? You know what? AI is in everything, and I have proof. Because what is... Man, they've done a lot with this program, so I'm not going to like joke too much on it, but it is kind of fun because you do have an option to use AI to generate color books in Microsoft Paint now for exclusive to Windows insiders with Copilot Plus PCs. So you can generate a coloring book. I think that's kind of nice. That's probably really nice for kindergarten teachers, maybe.
Or people, adult coloring books are a thing.
Yeah. Well, we talked about how Missy created an adult color book mostly with AI. It's like, so if you see the fish without bait, and it's not just that like she created the imagery around it, and she has it marked AI, I think, on the listings and everything like that. But then there's like a lot of like prompts and stuff based on the podcast. So, and she did like a 365-day. It's thick, dude. It's so thick. So it's a lot of work, and she really put into it. Regardless of using the assets that she is. So like, it was an interesting experiment, and people seem to be kind of receptive to it. So we're, trying to get in front of more people, and hopefully we can do a version where we can hire an artist to do 365 after this, if the first one goes well. You know what I mean? So, but that's, kind of a, doing a thing that we couldn't do before. And, it's she's a very good prompt engineer. So I know she'd just like make a cat or anything like that, and it just pulled up some cat, right? So there's that. Again, this is just another case of it's just kind of showing up everywhere, and an interesting example of that. I have not dived in much into Windows AI-ness. Like, it's the thing that annoys me when I'm doing other things like this show. Like, you're on a Windows computer, this is a Mac, that's a Chrome OS over there. Actually, I've converted a lot of these things to Chrome OS around here, by the way. I have an iMac. I booted it to see if it were still boots. I have an iMac 2007 that's a Core 2 Duo with probably 3 gigs of RAM in it, and it still booted the Chrome OS Flex. So, wow. I don't know how much you can do on it, because like this one with 8 gigabytes in it is kind of fussing with me a little bit, but still, like, that's pretty impressive. So, this is... I don't want to say that, like, I don't like having bad news on here, but I think this is an awareness. So I don't want to get too much in the weeds with this, Dave. So just put that out there, but just as an awareness. Nope. In case you didn't know, the TikTok US went through. It is now, I believe, David Ellison and the is it owned partial? I don't know these details, but either way, it's owned by, has been split off more or less. U.S. data centers. Americans own it. They're buddies of the president, kind of thing. So there's that kind of thing going on too. And there's a new TOS that you can't even delete your account without accepting the TOS terms of service. Is what I'm hearing from listening to some of my tech podcasts that I listened to today. So be aware of that. It may be different if you go on the website. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything that really kind of took over in my work, and I'm posting TikToks every day. Some people are reporting that they're seeing less of certain kinds of content versus others. I think time will tell to see if you noticed that. I don't, Dave, have you noticed any difference in what you have?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have noticed, especially when it was really getting hit. I was noticing TikToks on my For You feed that completely would not match my algorithm.
Well, I think we do. Out. I think we have a reset of the algorithm, because that's one of the things I think China would not. The Chinese company would not sell.
They said they worked with it.
They licensed it or something, maybe.
They licensed it, but any future changes would not happen. I think the initial should not had an issue. It should not have an issue initially.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you wouldn't have an issue. I think there is some kind of reset that happens there with your data. Maybe it broke for a little bit. Well, either way, Twitter or TikTok was basically down most of Sunday, at least early Sunday, due to a power outage. So we're going swimmingly here. How do you not have redundancy in this? Or maybe it's so new they just haven't. The only thing I can think of is the redundancies didn't populate yet, because that's one thing you have to do when you have data centers, I believe, is you have your one, and the redundancy system that maybe at an offsite somewhere needs to sync to fail over. So maybe those connections hadn't been made yet. I'm sorry?
I'm trying to remain positive and neutral.
Yes.
I have my ideas why it failed, and
we're getting conspiracy theory with those. We're not going to get into that. But
no, I would say that when you take over something brand new, because it was ownership taking over, and not only just you have a new owner, but like you said, the algorithm, even though the data centers have been in for 4 or 5 years, have been in the US. So but it's still a rejiggering and reconfiguring.
Yeah,
so
either way, you're disconnecting something from the Chinese company, right? Like one way or another, you're doing that.
Well, even when Twitter got moved from Twitter to X, and things happened, and that was nothing should have changed except for they fired a bunch of people.
Well, they fired people and decided that certain servers did not need to be there, so drove to like Sacramento or something and literally took like wire cutters and ripped them out. Like it's madness. And there was a thing is like amazingly it did not go down. When they did that, it actually was more resilient than anybody expected. But still, it was one of those like, yeah, but that could have been really bad. Like that could have really like effed up the entire situation with Twitter.com at the time. Yeah. So don't worry. Also, they got bigger problems right now.
Yeah. Oh, that is true.
That we will also not get into on this show.
Well, with TikTok, even when it was working, and then eventually I did see creators that I was following on my FYP, and I would look at a video and go, like one person I follow talks about football, and it was like, and the one thing was talking about the new head coach somewhere and how that'll change the Steelers, and I'm like, wait a minute, Steelers already hired a new head coach, and I looked down like, oh, that video was from a week ago. Why am I seeing a week-old video when this guy had like 10 new videos since then?
Like I get that a lot on Facebook. I think
that's the algorithm. That's part of the algorithm that they're trying to.
But I think it's resetting. I think it's all going to be hashed out one way or another.
But I also heard from various TikTok creators saying how we used to get paid from the Creators Fund. That's gone. And so a lot of creators are now just like it was a year ago when it was supposed to go away. They're saying, I don't know, because I'm not getting paid anymore to post stuff here, how much I'm going to post here anymore. Follow me on, and of course you can't say follow me on my link in bio because they'll downgrade you on that. That's a known thing. You have to say my LINK in the bio.
Well, but that's with a lot of stuff on there. So I mean, Facebook is really terrible with this right now, with including links. And I really hate how people are getting around that.
Saying the word, though, even saying the words link in bio will downgrade you on TikTok.
No, I understand, and that's why there's workarounds, like wordarounds on things like that. We post stuff. We probably get killed on the algorithm over there because we just post what we do. And including like, hey, here's a story about, we've already said LinkedIn in the segment. So, things like that. It's just like, okay, whatever, that's.
Oh, you said LinkedIn. I thought you meant like embedding links instead of just saying.
Well, no, I'm saying like Facebook with embedding links and stuff like that.
Right.
So, we don't work a lot.
Right.
Like our content is our content. We're here, and we're having our conversation. We don't mold this conversation much other than people seem to like video games, or people seem to like when we talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about a little bit more of that, but we don't change the style. We're not doing the YouTube, hey guys, what's up, da 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 da, look at this thing, boom boom boom, zoom, music cut, big bomb drop, that kind of thing. We don't Mr. B-sides
or talking for like in a 15-minute video the first 5 minutes about nothing before you actually get to content.
Right. Let me tell you about Magic Spoon. or something. And I do watch because there's one Switch creator I watch that has been interesting. And anytime I like, hey, how do I get the HDMI output out of this camera? And it's somebody's like, blah, 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 blah. It was like, okay, where's the info here? Okay. It's like he's getting the hits, but not like fully. I'm sure, it's like just a minute for me to be like, okay, there's a screenshot of the thing that I'm looking for. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm good to go. Like, thanks, man. I got you a click. Hope I helped your algorithm. So, but yeah, but those when you're informational like that kind of like makes sense to me too. So, Either way. So where are we at on things? Is there anything else you want to hit on? Anything off the top of your head? We got a couple minutes here before we go out.
One thing I was going to mention it more next week because it's closer to the event, but there is, I would say, as they say, as soon as. With space launches, that means that's our first window. That doesn't mean we're going to launch then, but that's as soon as we can launch. Is on February 6th, they're going to launch the Artemis 2, or that's the earliest they will launch the Artemis 2 rocket. So that is the crewed going around the moon. We're not landing this time. We're just we're basically just like the first one.
We're going for a joyride around the moon.
We're going for a round just to make sure everything works before we add the complexity of detaching and landing on the moon and getting back.
This will be manned, correct?
This will be crewed, yes.
So this is the thing.
There's 4 people up. There will be 4 people on there.
I was seeing some of the story, and the one line scared the crap out of me. Well, they're going to go up, and they're changing some of the trajectory because of the malfunction in the heat shield. I'm like, well, that sounds important. So, okay. How do they feel about this going up there? So that is fascinating.
When on the first one, the uncrewed one, the heat shield had damage, not damage that would cause issues or cause anything to fail, but there were this could be an issue if it gets worse. So let's fix it beforehand. That's one of the reasons it was delayed till now. For the landing itself, that's Artemis 3. The soonest they're planning on that happening is in 28. This will actually be, though, the first time people have been in moon orbit since the last moon landing, which did happen in December of 1972. Okay, so we're talking a little over 53 years from now was the last time we had people around and landing on the moon.
By the way, have you seen the Scarlett Johansson, is it To the Moon? Hold on. Moon movie. Fly Me to the Moon. Which is tremendous. That the general premise is we don't know if this is going to work. We're going to film a fake shoot. We will film a fake moon landing just in case. And there's a love story Niantics pursue. It's an adorable movie. I believe it's on Apple TV. It's because I think it's one of theirs. So the concept is so much fun with that. But anyways, it happened. In the movie, it happened too, by the way. Side note, For All Mankind has a new teaser trailer. They're on Mars and stuff. So, can I do one more thing? Do you have a couple minutes?
No, I got time.
I have something.
I have no hard out.
I have something I've wanted to do for a while up here, and these have been sitting here. I bought these at like a Steel City Con whenever the last time I went, like ages ago. So I have with me. You can't see this on camera, but these are Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, the movie, right? They're two packs of trading cards, and I said that I will not hear you on the crappy cam over there.
Okay, no, I can see you. I can see you on the
Facebook. I've said I will not open this if I'm not in front of a camera, potentially on a live stream. We're on a live stream. These are sitting here. Do you want me to open these live on the show?
Oh, not only do we need you to open them. I'm assuming since they're tops and they look like older tops cards, there is a stick of chewing gum in there.
No. This is after they did the chewing gum, but there is one sticker. Okay. Yes. No, you want to see me poison myself live on the internet? So
yes.
And I'll even give you some ASMR and do it by the microphone. Hold on a second. You ready for this? Hold on. I should probably. Oh. That's fresh. That is some sweet 1991. It smells like it is from that. All right, here we go. What do we got? Should I hold the hand behind it? We have it's really dark in here. We have a pizza break with Mikey. There you go. All right. We got Master of Darkness, Tatsu and Shredder. I hope these are working out well. I don't know what the like I said, I don't have much feedback on this. Oh my God! I remember.
It looks good on Facebook. It does look
now,
good on Facebook.
Now I
a
have
little shine. Shiny.
I have some of these. Like I have a stack of these already, so this is going to add to that collection. Brawl in the mall with the mall brawl at the beginning of the movie. All right. These are so good. These are so good. Maybe I'll hold the other pack for next time. A lesson from Splinter. Looks like I think they're in the apartment there. I don't know. I mean, again, the lighting's not great here. And they're very dark. This is a very dark movie. Junk Food Fanatic. Looks like it looks like Donatello eating some popcorn or something there. All right. Okay. You'll probably see it better than I can with this lighting. I keep moving it. I keep moving it too much. I got 3 more. We'll only do 1 pack. Okay. I'll do the other one later. Okay. Turtles to the rescue. That big jump at the beginning. Like that. There you go. What we got here? Oh, we got a Kino. Pizza Boy's back. We got a Kino. That's nice. I don't even know if the focus is working. And
honestly, outside of the glare, it's picking up great.
Toka the Terrible. Yes, I got a Toka. And I forgot you have the stickers, and they make the movie poster. So I have a few of these.
Oh.
And this sticker looks new to me. I got a Mikey. That's my guy. There you go. So there you go. A live unboxing of Ninja Turtles 2 cards. We'll put those in the collection with the rest. And if we get snowed in again, I got another pack. So that's what's going to get all the hits this week, probably. Dave, thank you for rolling with me on this adventure. And you know, we'll be doing Mayhem Show later. And now we know everything works for the most part, right? So thanks for being on this AwesomeCast.
Yes.
This AwesomeCast experiment with me. Guys, thank you so much. Again, we'll be back, hopefully back in studio next week. Let me know what you think of this different vibe. Do you want to see more from here? If we have everybody remote, maybe I'll just stay here and do this one night, you know, just for fun if everything works out okay. But I mean, this is pretty great. I don't have all my graphics, but it kind of almost works. So either way, Dave Podnar, you are at iPhoneography Podcast as well.
And Prof Pod on pretty much all the mobiles now.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I'm looking for my outro. And I'm at Sorgatron on all the social medias. I might be posting my snow pics. I was going to post a bunch of them, but I realized my wife is shoveling in all of them because that's when I've taken a break. And so it's just going to be like, why is your wife shoveling all the time? I'm like, first of all, she's from like basically Buffalo. So it's just kind of like her pastime. She kind of enjoys it, but maybe not at this scale. So there's that. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.